Hi everybody, and welcome back to video 4 of our 6th video Idioms in English series. So our first idiom in this video today is a taste of your own medicine. What does this mean? This means that you get or you receive what you put out there. Okay, so for example, let's say that you have a friend named James. James likes to yell at people. Maybe he doesn't even realize that he's doing it, but he yells. He's not even necessarily angry when he yells, he just yells all the time. But James does not like it when people yell back at him. Okay? So James starts yelling at somebody and this person yells back at him. And he doesn't like it. It takes him by surprise. Well, guess what? James got a taste of his own medicine. Okay? James got, or he received, what he put out there, which was yelling. Okay? A taste of your own medicine. Our next idiom is cut corners. Now, cut corners basically means that you have to make a few sacrifices in order to do something either the fastest or the cheapest way possible. Okay, so for example, you could say something like, we didn't do the project the way we wanted to because we didn't have enough money. Okay, because we didn't have enough money, we had to cut some corners, and it definitely shows in the quality of the work. It doesn't look as professional. Okay, cut corners. People use that a lot when they don't have enough money to do something that they want to do the way that they want to do it, or when they are trying to do something faster so that they can meet a deadline. Okay, so again, cut corners, to do something the quickest and least expensive way possible. Our next idiom for this video is it costs an arm and a leg. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory, but you use this expression when you are talking about something that is so expensive you can't imagine paying for it because it costs an arm and a leg. Okay, think about it this way. How much is your arm worth to you? And how much is your leg worth to you? Probably a lot, okay? You probably wouldn't give your arm and your leg away for a little bit of money. Okay, so if you say it costs an arm and a leg, that means it's very expensive. Okay, so for example, I am not buying anything in this store because everything here costs an arm and a leg. Okay, so that's it. Costs an arm and a leg. The next idiom for this video is called on the ball. On the ball means that you are on point, you are doing things, you are being productive, you are getting things done. You went into work, you checked your emails, you had a presentation that you did and you completed it in less time than what you thought you would. Then you had a meeting, then you took a few phone calls, and then you did 10 more things that just made you very productive. You were on the ball at work, okay? You got so many things done, you finished so many things, you were on the ball. The last idiom in this video is called the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Now you can say this a little bit differently depending on the context of the conversation, which I'm not going to get into too much because you'll see that a little bit more in the worksheets and the activities below in this course. But you could say, for example, well, I don't know, be careful. You think that the grass is always greener on the other side, but sometimes it's not. Okay, just for an example. But I want to tell you about where this idiom came from so that you have a better idea of its meaning and of its significance. Okay, so there are a lot of Americans here in the United States who like to take very good care of their front yard, their lawn. Okay, they cut the grass every week, they like to make sure that the grass is green, they plant beautiful flowers so that everything will look pretty from an outsider's perspective. Okay, they like to maintain everything and just make sure that everything looks really good. So the idea is that if you are taking care of your front yard so well, and if you look over at your neighbor's yard, and your neighbor's yard is greener than yours, if his grass or her grass is greener than yours, then the idea is that you are going to envy that person because you are working to have a green yard, and maybe you do, but your neighbor's yard is greener. So now, all of a sudden, you want that grass that's greener, okay? It looks better, it looks prettier, okay? So that's what you want. But what you don't realize is that that neighbor probably put in a lot of work and a lot of time to make sure that their yard looks very good. Okay, so for example, he spent a lot of time cutting the grass, he spent a lot of time planting those flowers, he spent a lot of time trimming the bushes and just making sure that everything looks nice and neat. So one of the best examples that I can use for you so that you understand when you can use something like this is when we talk about celebrities, okay, famous people. A lot of times we envy celebrities because we see their lives from the camera's perspective. We think that their lives are perfect because they have money, maybe they have power, and they're famous. Okay, everybody idolizes them, so we think that our lives would be better if we were like them. But what we don't realize is that most celebrities actually don't enjoy the cameras being around them constantly. Okay, most celebrities would like to have more privacy. Most celebrities do not enjoy their privacy being taken away from them. Okay, so we think that their lives are so perfect, but a lot of times they're suffering because they don't have any privacy whatsoever. We think that somebody else's life is better than our own, but a lot of times it's not. Okay, or a lot of times there are sacrifices there that we don't see. Okay, so the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Alright everybody, that is it for the idioms for this video. Keep scrolling down so that you can see the worksheets, do the exercises in the worksheets and the activities. Take the short quiz at the end and then you'll be moving on to the next video. Alright, bye.